Once upon a time, there was a little boy called Howard who loved writing stories.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world. He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.
Welcome to the worst writer in the world
Hooray!
with me, Rufus, and he spins a web any size, catches thieves
Yeah.
just like flies. It's
Howard Longman.
thanks to the British Comedy Guide for hosting this show, thanks to you for listening to this show, and of course, thanks to our wonderful saucy patrons on Patreon for continuing to support this show like the wonderful, fantastic, generous, and marvellous, our favourite people
Sauce people.
that they are. Especially the writer of this week's plot so far. It's Mark Greenwood, and I think it's your turn to read it, Howard.
With pleasure. Vaughn uses his shoulder radio.
Who, sorry?
Vaughn.
Vaughn! Yeah, what does Vaughn do? He uses his shoulder radio, yeah.
Vaughn uses his shoulder radio to inform his leader that his destroying bomb didn't destroy anything. He's ordered to go and meet reinforcements. John gets cornered by a Dalek, but avoids death by using the power of jumping to the floor. He then tries to find the doctor, but he is in the TARDIS having a nice snooze in his chair.
Okay, one quick question. What's a Dalek?
No, it's just what Sylvester McCoy calls them, isn't it? Daleks.
That's just his accent. He doesn't call them Daleks. You're just like hearing his accent with your stupid Coville ears.
I'm not going to do his accent. I'm not a racist. Raytep and Shrana climb aboard the miner and test the anti-Dalek gun by shooting some Cybermen. The Cybermen have a chat about how their explosives will only destroy humans, then start throwing them at Raytep, who is a Thal. Raytep throws one back and destroys a Cyberman. Vaughn retaliates by destroying Shrana. Raytep escapes and finds John, who explains what Cybermen are. The Cybermen find the Daleks' office and methodically search in one corner, the east, and over there.
We now see John and Raytep again. And Davros had created a type of robot. Are they robots?
A type of robot.
But is it a robot? Wouldn't a robot... What is a robot? Isn't a robot a machine designed to do the work of a person? But it's not got a person in it, right? Doesn't a robot have to be...
I don't know. I don't know. They might have. I've never seen one.
But, I mean, doesn't a robot by definition... I mean, I don't know if this is true, but doesn't a robot need to be somehow autonomous? If it's just... Otherwise, isn't it a tool? You know? And I don't mean stupid. I don't mean like that non-autonomous robot. Oh, what a tool.
And I don't mean a penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you've got a drill, right?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
That's not a robot.
Yeah, but I can't get in it.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's not... I mean, I've got a cupboard. I can get in my cupboard, but my cupboard's not a robot.
Isn't it?
No, it's not. Look,
Okay.
Right, cupboard,
No.
cupboard, make
But
us some tea.
It's also
No,
got to.
doesn't
Well,
work.
it's got to be a robot as well. I mean, if it's a robot that you get inside, then it's a robot, right? And a Dalek is a robot you
But
get
that's-
inside.
But that then... only if you don't then... Only if you don't then control it. If you, like, otherwise, a car is a robot. Because you get inside a car and
Is a
make
car
it
not
move.
a robot?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm not totally sure what the definition
Knight
of robot
Rider.
is. The Daleks are basically a really high-tech suit of armour, right?
Yes.
I don't think you knew what Daleks were.
Maybe I knew, but John didn't know.
It's Raytep.
Raytep, yeah, he didn't know, but I knew. I just wanted him to be an idiot.
Well, it's actually maybe...
Doesn't know what Cybermen
maybe
are.
Because they've been attacked by Daleks. They look like robots. I mean, do Thals know that there's a weird mutant inside a Dalek? No. Maybe you actually knew more then than you know now. It seems like you don't know what a Dalek is, but actually you're demonstrating that you know what a Thal knows about a Dalek.
Yeah. Also, in this script, my Daleks have got robot written on them.
We were going on a suicide mission when we met a stranger. it was strange, really.
Yeah, of course it was.
Yeah, he was a stranger.
He was the stranger that they met. Him.
We met a
John.
stranger. It was strange, really. No ships had landed anywhere. Yet there he was. He had 3 companions. He was a really old man. Apparently, his spaceship was only a small blue box, but inside was bigger than the outside. John stares at Raytap after what he has just said. Are you sure he was an old man? Yes, very old, yet very young at the same time. Now, wait a minute, that makes no sense. What are you talking about? Was he older? Oh yeah, sorry, he was old. He was old.
He was walking around in nappies.
Yeah, very old, yet very young at the same time. And John says, Pardon?
Pardon?
Pardon? He sort of turns into a man from Somerset for a moment. And Raytap says, well, he was full of energy, and apparently he was a lot older than he looked. About 650 years to be precise.
He's older than he looks.
Yeah, well, it's true. He looked like a 60-year-old man, but actually he's 650.
Yes.
The 650-year-old man.
Either way, he's not young at the same time, is he? He's old.
No, but he's saying
incredibly old at
he's
the
saying
same
he
time.
was full of energy. I think that's what he meant was
Okay,
young.
right.
He's full of energy, like a child. All right.
Just he ate a lot of batteries.
Yeah. But apparently a lot older than he looked, about 650 years. And that's true, because a 650-year-old man looks like a skeleton. Whereas this bloke... this bloke looked like a regular 60-year-old man.
Yeah.
A lot younger than he was. We see the Doctor in his chair, still asleep. Varna is also asleep. I can't believe
his chair.
Yeah, yeah, that famous Doctor Who chair. Here I am, sitting in my chair.
Doctor Who chair.
Hey Jamie, what are you doing in my chair? That's my chair. Oh, sorry, Doctor Who. I just wanted to. We always have to stand. He hasn't got any chairs, has he? I mean, even in new Doctor Who, he doesn't have chairs. They always sit on like the many weird steps and things that they've got in the TARDIS now. In old Doctor Who, he had nothing. He had a room and with a console in it, and they all had to stand all the time.
In really early Doctor Who, in black and white, he had some furniture.
Did he?
Yeah.
So the Doctor's in his chair, still asleep, and Varna is also asleep.
She's in her chair?
She just tipped her on the floor. So, as we probably remember from last week's episode, the Cybermen are searching the Daleks' filing cabinets for information on the Daleks' doomsday weapon, which they need. They need their files on the doomsday weapon for reasons that have been made very clear, that I'm sure we're all very clear on.
I'm very clear.
So let's see how they're getting on with that search. We then zoom to the Cybermen. They have finished their search and are gathering round in a circle. I have found nothing of real interest.
Real interest.
And you too? I have discovered nothing. I have turned up nothing also. That's Cyber One. Well, will it be safe to leave now, Vaughn? What's he asking Vaughn? He's the leader, isn't he? It should be safe enough. Tell me, Vaughn, how did you survive the attack of the Dalek? On the communication system, you said that your leg units were failing. My leg units are failing. So, you have to call me No Legs Vaughn. Vaughn says,
why is he asking Vaughn? I mean, is it safe now? I mean, how could Vaughn possibly know any more than he does, unless they open a door and have a look out? And why is it based on time as well? Is it safe now? In 5 minutes' time, this spaceship will be safe.
this Dalek spaceship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They've all got a Dalek bed.
Yeah, it's probably fine. They all go to Dalek church at this time of the morning, so they'll all be praying. They'll all be holding their plunger and their death ray together in prayer at the moment, saying, "Oh, Supreme Dalek, please grant me the ability to exterminate my enemies, which is everyone." No, he says your leg units were failing. That was so, but I went into a primitive type of hibernation. Okay. So like, I became a bear. Right? My legs were falling off, so I turned into a bear.
A side bear, man.
And now they're fine. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't think your brain's fine, though, is it?
You've understood the concept of hibernation there. Hibernation doesn't make your legs get better.
Primitive hibernation does. It's leg grow back hibernation.
Yeah.
All right, so he went into a primitive type of hibernation. I expected that my leg units would be within working order within 3 mid-on days.
In what?
I expected that my leg units would be in working order. leg units. Because they're Cybermen. They don't have regular legs. They have leg units.
That's so good. Leg units. This is very good.
Oh, my leg unit, how it hurts.
Look, you said your leg units were failing.
No, they're fine now. They got better.
Just had a bit of primitive hibernation. I did a bit of calculation on my calculator unit and figured out that 3 mil on days.
Looked at it with my eye units, thought about it with my brain unit, and then fixed it with my hand units. Would you like a sandwich unit? No, I'm a Cyberman. I don't eat sandwiches. I'm not a Dalek. I will have that sandwich, please. No, he said, I expected that my leg units would be in working order within 3 Miron days.
Miron days?
Yeah,
Miron, because they're on the planet Miron.
Well, I mean, that's a weird thing to think, isn't it? As a Cyberman, you go, I expect that my leg units will get better. Will heal, basically, within 3 days. I think I'd better just sit down for 3 days because my legs have got to get better. Computers don't get better, right? You don't just like, my computer, someone's hit my computer, like someone's shot my computer, basically. Oh no, someone's put a bullet in my computer. I better not use it for 3 days, so it's got time to get better.
Maybe he looked at his schedule and figured out that in 3 days' time, the maintenance man would be coming around the ship fixing stuff.
The leg unit repair man would turn up. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I'll just sit here for 3 days. Yeah. I might as well hibernate.
Yeah.
I might as well primitive hibernate.
Yeah, I'm going to do some primitive hibernation.
But anyway, so he said, that was so, but I went into a primitive type of hibernation. I expected that my leg units would be in working order within 3 mid-on days, but I was actually in good condition in about an hour. This is strange. Did you search for an explanation?
Yeah, that's what I did. When I got up, I went looking for an explanation as to why my leg was working.
I opened a load of filing cabinets, but I couldn't find anything. Oh, that was a good plan.
Yeah. I went to the east corner and had a look at the corner.
Oh, that's a very good plan.
And I found a piece of paper and it said your legs started working because of reasons.
Oh, that's good. Well done. You made a good choice. You should be the leader. You make leader-esque choices.
Just search for an explanation.
No,
as to why your legs started working in an hour.
Yeah, did you search for an explanation? I did not pursue the matter as my Caltron was active.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, well, has that matter settled then? Yeah. Why didn't you say your Caltron was active? Yeah. What the fuck? Tell me this isn't another He Portal watch.
It's a He Portal watch, definitely.
Oh no, you're not going to know what this means.
I understand what this is. I know what a Caltron is. I know what a Caltron is.
Okay, that's good, because there's too many questions in these fucking...
No, I don't know what one actually is, but basically what I'm doing is, as you know, no redrafting. I've started a line of questioning that I thought, why have I started asking this?
Yeah.
I don't know how to respond to it. It's
pointless.
Why
is he asking, why didn't you search for a reason your leg got better quick?
Why did I make one Cyberman ask my other Cyberman that? I've just ridden myself into a corner. I know I'll get myself out of it with a Caltron.
Okay, but I mean, there probably is a reason, not for the asking, but I mean, the asking is there to tell the viewer, isn't it? Because there must be some mystery. You wouldn't say, you wouldn't bother saying his leg got better. Like 70 times quicker than it should have done.
Maybe
later on
you think that.
Unless later on you're going to
go. I'm sowing seeds, do you?
I hope so.
Probably not. Probably not. Probably just thought like he went like I thought you said. Basically earlier I said his leg was broken, right, and he was going to die, and then I thought, no, I want to keep him alive, so I didn't get better. So then I had him go like, well, I better address the situation, because I said earlier his leg unit was failing, he was going to die. So how come you're not dead? Well, I went into a primitive hibernation, didn't I? And it got better.
And my Caltech was at my
Caltron. Obviously normally, and then I thought, well, I got back better really quickly. Yeah. That's weird, isn't it? So I better address that situation by saying normally it takes 3 days for a cyber leg unit to get back, but on this occasion it just took an hour. Then I thought, well, that's weird, though, isn't it? Surely someone's going to want to know
Someone
why.
should ask him about that.
Why?
And now I need a reason. No, you're right. That makes sense too.
Well, did you find that? Did you figure out why? No. But oh yeah, because my Caltron. What was it say?
My Caltron was active.
Yeah, my Caltron was active. Oh.
Okay, so now can you explain to those of us who aren't such cyber experts what that means? What my Caltron was active? What does that mean?
I don't know. It's that's the thing that makes washing machines last longer, isn't it?
Washing
Caltron.
machines live longer with Caltron.
Caltron,
Yeah. So why would a Cyberman have some of that, and why would it be active? I mean, the next line is, I did not pursue the matter as my Caltron was active. I knew danger was near.
Yeah.
So is his Caltron like his Spidey sense?
Yes.
Okay. Is
Yeah.
that what they call those?
Cyber. It's
Awareness.
yes, that's what it's
of-
going to be. I need a wee, but it's definitely going to be an acronym.
You go
An
to toilet.
acronym.
I'll write an acronym. You got something?
No, God, I completely forgot as soon as I
yeah.
started weeing.
No, I've worked it out. I know
Okay,
what
well
it is.
done.
Right, so it's Caltron.
Yeah.
CALTRON. Right.
Yeah.
So I've got Cyberman.
Yeah.
Alert
Yeah.
of looming terrible risk.
Yeah.
Or nipples. right. And it's just this weird secondary function that it has.
Mm-hmm.
It's an alert of looming terrible risk, like Spidey sense.
Yes.
But also tells them if nipples are close by.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I did not pursue the matter as my Caltron was active. You know, my Cyberman alert of looming terrible risk or nipples. I knew danger was near. I left the room so as not to be caught.
Yeah. Good one.
Okay. Where were you when you went into hibernation?
The room. So he was going to go and search for an explanation in the room as to why his leg was better. But I couldn't. I had to leave the room.
Yeah. Well, he's probably filing cabinets. He was going to look in the filing cabinets in the eastern sector to see if one of the Daleks had written down why his leg got better quickly.
Are they suggesting that the room he was in is a kind of magic healing room?
Leg healing room, maybe, yeah. And he was going to investigate to see if it had like maybe a magic stone like Neil Breen has.
Yes.
And if they did, then they could keep it with them and always heal Cybermen's legs. Leg healing stone. Yeah, and then he says, where were you when you went into hibernation?
Were you in a leg healing room?
And Vaughn says,
Yes.
come, I will show you. It's just down the corridor near the leg healing room. No. We now see John and Raytep. Hooray. They are still discussing the subject of the Daleks. Boo.
Boo, yeah. And Doctor he's in his chair having a sleep.
Yeah, he still is. There's no sign of him for 8. Where's Doctor Who? No, 2. Oh, no, there he is. He's going to turn up just before you give up.
Oh.
Like a few lines before. He's got 1 line left, Doctor Who.
Is it fucking hell? That was a big old nap. Where are the
No.
Daleks? Let me kill them.
It's oh dear.
Ah.
Cybermen as well as Daleks. And they intend to destroy the TARDIS. Oh dear. But that's coming in the future. It's a little
Oh dear.
a little trailer for Doctor Who's own. That's him done now. Right. So here we are with an exciting conversation with John and Raytep. I still find it hard to believe that this bloke could live to the age of about 730. Though it's funny, really. Everything matches. You said he could travel in time and space. Oh yeah, John's just slowly working out that the bloke who was really old and had a blue box that could travel in time and space that was bigger on the inside than the outside. Oh, I wonder who that is. Because there's strange coincidence, but my friend Doctor Who
He's
is
not an old man, though.
much the same. Yeah, so you said he could travel in time and space. Yep. And you said he did this in a tall blue box. Not tall, is it?
And you said his name was Doctor Who. Yep.
Yeah, something like that. Why? What matches? What matches? What? What matches? Well, there is only one problem. He looks completely different.
From the person I haven't seen.
Who? Oh, sorry. The Doctor. The Doctor Who. Oh, sorry. Doctor Who. Doctor Who? Yeah, you're right. That was his name.
Hooray.
Doctor Who. He said it clearly. He said, my name's Doctor Who.
Yeah, you can call me Mr. Who, he said.
Yeah, my surname's Who. I'm from the Who family.
Yeah, my first name, my given name is Doctor.
Absolutely. I'm not a doctor. I'm just called Doctor. It's a bit confusing because in some languages, like that's the name of a profession. But that's just me, right? This is my mum, Mummy Who, and then my dad, Daddy Who.
This is my wife, Mrs. Who.
Wifey Who.
Leela Who.
What? The time traveller was called Doctor Who. But that is impossible. Why? Because the Doc is here now, only he looks completely different.
Different to what?
This is fucking... Jamie knows, right, that the Doctor
He would think
can
that it was
travel in
Doctor
time.
Who older, right?
Yeah, totally. He knows he can travel in time, so you just go, oh, that's strange, but he is a time traveller, so I guess that's him in the future then. But no, Jamie goes, oh, he can probably completely change his face then. Fucking hell, regeneration's a thing.
Yeah. It's like he doesn't... Because he doesn't... But he hasn't seen him. I mean... Just because Ray-Tep's gone like, yeah, there was this really old man. He's not like described and explicit. He's not got a photograph out, has he? He's gone like, yeah, this guy here.
Like,
and he's gone like, oh no, that's not him.
The Doc is here now, only he looks completely different. Looks different? Is he perhaps a rather elegant-looking man with white curly hair?
Well, so Ray-Tep's met 2 Doctor Who's.
Is that John Pertwee?
Obviously. What do you think? Were you hoping it was Colin Bacon?
Yeah. No, why? Well, later stories tell that several of our race travelled to the planet Narmed Spiridon. To the planet Narmed Spiridon.
Named Spiridon.
Oh,
No, man.
I thought that was the name of the planet. The planet Narmed Spiridon.
No, there is a planet called Spiridon.
No, there's a planet named Spiridon.
Yeah, there is a planet named Spiridon.
To the planet Narmed Spiridon.
Is there a capital letter on Narmed then?
It's all in capital letters. Every letter is capital. I don't know why. You just gone, oh, I've got to type everything in capitals. So, the planet Narmed Spiridon. We see the Cybermen standing outside the storeroom door. Vaughn opens the door. Is this the place? Calculations prove so. Calculations, right? It's basically, for a Cyberman, apparently, when a Cyberman goes to a place, right, and then leaves that place and goes to another place and wants to go back to the first place, he has to do some sums. Right? He's like, oh, I better get me pencil out and do some long division to find out where that room I just came from was. Yeah. Is this the place? 7 plus 3 is 10. This is it. We then see the Supreme Dalek in the main control room. He has 5 more Daleks with him. Wow. You 3 shall search the whole miner. Pick as many able-bodied men as possible from the hold.
The hold?
You must find...
We've got piles of men in there.
Able-bodied men.
We've been collecting able-bodied men.
Yeah.
We've got bags of them.
Go and get me a pile. Pick as many able-bodied men as possible from the hold. You must find and destroy the Cybermen. Why do they need men? Aren't Daleks designed for finding and destroying stuff? Isn't that like their major function? They're like, go and get some men and get them to kill Cybermen for us. Why? We're going to play Scrabble.
I don't really thought it through. Just do it. Just do it.
Forget the men. Just do it. On your way back, exterminate them too.
Yeah.
I don't know why we've got those piles of men in the hold. Okay, you must find and destroy the Cybermen. Take as much gold as needed.
You're going to go on a quest.
Yeah. The Cybermen are a threat to our real plans. They must be exterminated. Exterminated. Exterminated.
Does he
He's
say
doing
it?
that again.
Yay!
Right, so John, who is Doctor Who's companion, and Ray-Tep, who is a Thal, are having the longest conversation in the world. Right. All right, so let's see what else they could possibly have to say to each other. We now see Ray-Tep. We now see Ray-Tep, not Laytep. He hasn't gone back to that name. He's stuck with Ray-Tep. And John again, still enthralled in their conversation. Yeah, 'cause it's a fucking brilliant. It's an amazing. I mean, fair play to them. It's a fucking fascinating conversation about how old Doctor Who is. Like, is he an old man or is he a young man?
What shade of blue was the blue box? That's the same shade of blue box.
This just gets stranger and stranger.
Yeah, and then he said like something about how all the cakes were his and and we can't eat any of those cakes.
No, that's
Oh,
some
like
kind of
Doctor
rule.
Who. It's just like my Doctor Who. He never lets me eat the cakes.
He says Doctor Who gets all the cakes. And that's the role of Doctor Who. That's exactly
That's what he
it.
says, yeah. It must be the same man. But
He's got different coloured hair. Could he have dyed it? Oh yeah, that's probably it. Yes.
my Doctor Who never wears trousers.
But you can never be sure that they were the same doctors, can you? Yes, we can tell, even though the appearance...
They were all riding on the back of a crab.
Even though the appearance won't be the same, they were both most definitely the same man.
Right.
They both travelled around in blue boxes. They both had the same manner about them, and the second time he was seen, if it was the second time, I'll tell you about that later.
Don't.
Well, he knew all about the Daleks, and he knew exactly what had happened to our race.
And his name, he had the same fucking name. He had
Besides,
the same name.
he said he was the Doctor,
Okay.
and, well, he must have been. How else could he have known? Yes, I see what you mean, but what did you say about it might not have been his second appearance? Well, some very old books tell of a man with a long scarf who had a thick brown curly...
That's my Doctor Who!
Just you describing other Doctor Who stories, isn't it? It's something you love doing.
Yeah, but that's actually
But yeah,
Jamie's
that's
Doctor Who
it.
in this story.
I think he's not going to reply. Well, some very old books tell of a man with a long scarf who had thick brown curly hair. Anyway, he was called the Doctor, and he was said to have stunted the Daleks' birth. All right, so the Cybermen,
Yeah.
who, as we all know, have a very important mission to... right? In order to achieve that objective, their objective to... While they're doing that, they have found Doctor Who's TARDIS.
Wow.
What do you think they're going to do?
I don't know. I'd get another four and glue them together. I would. I don't know what their plan is, but
Well, the thing about these Cybermen is they are regular Cybermen. They're not... For example, they've not been elevated to the aristocracy, right? And they're not gold-coloured.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're going to think of that. They obviously do like drilling.
okay. Yeah. So you're saying they might drill it or they might blow it up. That's the choices.
I think that's probably one of those two things, yeah. But they're unlikely to get four more and glue them together. Is that something only a Cyberlord would do?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's find out what those Cybermen are going to do, shall we?
Yes, please.
We see Rhaegar, Vaughn, and the other Cybermen. They are standing outside the TARDIS. This is where the power is coming from, Leader Rhaegar. Cyborn. Can you tell me what it is? I shall call base. Yes, I am sure I have heard about this box somewhere before. Was it something that Commander Vral said? I shall search my memory.
You're going to search his memory.
Yeah, actually, the thing about Cybermen, that's why they can't. They need to do sums to find places.
Yeah.
Because they haven't got a memory. They just drag a filing cabinet around with them
thinking,
everywhere.
yeah.
And I'll just look in my memory. B,
He's
C.
got a filing cabinet in his head that he takes out and then kind of rifles through and goes,
Yeah.
oh yeah, here's my memory of that conversation with Commander Vrol about
Yeah.
a blue box. So basically, what I'm suggesting is that the TARDIS can heal leg units just by being in proximity of them. Seems like a bit of a flaw, a TARDIS flaw, that.
Yeah, healing Cybermen powers. Yeah, that is pretty stupid.
Why is it doing that?
I don't know if we're ever going to find out. We now see John and Raytep. Well, I'm afraid that my Doctor has neither grey or curly hair, and he is definitely not 700 years old.
He's got a long scarf though, and he is Doctor Who.
How do you know he is not the same man? After all, he has changed his appearance before. And besides, when he was the one with white curly hair, he looked younger than before, but he must have been older.
Why?
Impossible. Nothing is impossible. Well, that's patently not true. Like, can you fly away now? I can. Why not? Because it's impossible. Nothing's
I
impossible.
left my wings at home.
But that's why it's impossible. You can't fly away now. All right, fine. Some things are impossible, but not.
Most things are impossible.
Okay, you might have a point there. When I said nothing's impossible, that was I jumped the gun a bit there. We see the Cybermen again. We can see Cybe 1 is on the communication system. Yes, it definitely has the words police public call box written on the side. Then destroy it. This is the machine known as the TARDIS. It belongs to a man named the Doctor. He has ruined too many of our plans, but if he has lost his ship, he may no longer interfere. It may be possible that he is inside the TARDIS. That would be all the better, but there is no time to waste. Destroy it before it vanishes, like it usually does. Here are the explosives. We see Rhaegar take some explosives from his pouch around his waist. Oh yeah, the Cybermen all have bum bags on with explosives in, remember? He hands them to Varn, and he begins to attach the explosives to the TARDIS. Alright, so Howard, remind me one more time, what are Thals? Because it's been a few episodes since you told me
They're
that,
like
right?
the anti-Dalek.
They're like the good... So if the Daleks are like the fallen angels,
Yeah.
then the Thals are the not fallen angels, the ones still in heaven flapping around.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The
that make sense?
Thals have wings and can fly, and Daleks all live in hell. Yeah, exactly right.
Okay.
That's the truth.
Thals are like the first, like the Daleks' first victims.
Yeah.
First, Davros is like, I'm going to make a fucking Dalek. I'm going to fucking make a fucking Dalek.
Yeah.
And then he does. He makes loads of Daleks. He's like, right, I've got to test them out. Who can I kill? Well, I've already basically turned all my own people into sneezes that are driving around in murder tanks.
Yes.
So I can't kill them. I'll do the only other people that live on this planet.
neighbours.
The Thals.
Yeah.
I'll send them to the neighbours, yeah. All right, let's see what's going on with those Thals then, shall we?
Yes, please.
We now see a big group of Thaleks, about 15 altogether.
We see 15 Thals.
Yeah. They are all hiding in trees.
That's not a group.
They are all hiding in trees. What a stage direction we see. And you're just writing such strange orders. We see some trees. There are Thals in them. It's like, we see a bunch of Thals, about 15. Oh, by the way, they are all hiding in trees.
Not hiding very well, though, because we can see all 15 of them.
A
At least
turns
one
it.
of those Thals would be good at hiding, and
Well, maybe there's actually 20 Thals. It's just like 15 of them are rubbish at hide and seek. A Dalek turns up. I have found you. You're it. They are all hiding in trees. I love that phrase. Seriously, sometimes when we read this stuff that you wrote, there's just, it's all hilarious, but sometimes there's just a phrase that is just like, oh, you couldn't write anything that good if you tried. We now see a big group of Thals, about 15 altogether. They are all hiding in trees. It's fucking amazing. What a sentence. We see the miner heading towards them. When it gets near enough, they all jump out of the trees.
All right.
No, it doesn't say that. They all jump onto the side of it. That's difficult, jumping onto the side of something. You should jump on top.
I think the miner's like really massively
Massive, yeah.
tall.
So they all jump onto the side. About 5 of the Thals fall. The others reach a door. Condal breaks the door open by firing his blaster at it. The Thals get inside only to find several Daleks in front of them. They fire at the Daleks, but the shots do no damage. The Daleks fire back, killing 5 Thals. Condal: Run for your lives.
I thought he had that very specific weapon that kills Daleks.
Dalek. Yeah, but it doesn't say he used it. He's just gone. The others have shot regular weapons. It hasn't done anything because they know it wouldn't. Oh no, hang on. Run for your lives. The Thals flee. If only I had my anti-Dalek gun, I'd show them a thing or two. What happened to his anti-Dalek gun?
I don't know, probably went home with Uncle Dalek gun. I don't know, listener, if you know what happened to Condal's anti-Dalek gun, do write in and tell us.
Maybe Raytep's got it.
Who's Raytep?
He's the one who's talking to Jamie. Yeah, Raytep produces something from beneath his clothing. If only I had my anti-Dalek gun, I'd show them a thing or two. We watch the Daleks chase after the Thals, firing all the time. Only one of the Thals is shot down, though. We now focus on the TARDIS. It has explosives all around it. Inside the TARDIS, the Doctor is awaking. He sees the scanner. Well, yes, I've got to scan in those documents. I've got to scan in my receipts and send them to the tax time lord. Oh, yeah, so he sees the scanner, and can you guess what he says?
Oh dear.
Oh dear, Cybermen as well as Daleks, and they intend to destroy the TARDIS. Oh dear.
Yes.
We see outside the TARDIS, the Cybermen have set the timer. The bombs will explode in 2 minutes.
Oh, good.
They're fucking timers. They still haven't worked that out. The Cybermen all take out devices from their pockets.
They look like battery testers.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Because when you press a button, it doesn't grip a battery.
Grip a battery.
It doesn't test a battery. They take devices from their buckets.
Buckets. Cyber buckets. Oh, Cybermen are all going to carry buckets.
Yeah, with a little spade.
Yeah.
Like those ones you get at the seaside,
Yeah.
the colourful bucket and spade.
Yeah.
No, they take devices out of their pockets. They all press buttons on them.
Oh.
The Cybermen are now covered by a glowing light. A force field. We now see Condal. He is being chased by a Dalek. He eventually ducks into a room, and the Dalek passes by. 10 seconds later, Condal peeps out of the door. Peeps. He looks around, and then he leaves the room and runs off down a corridor.
Oh, good. That's a good scene.
It was. We see the Cybermen again. We watch the TARDIS. There is a massive explosion. In the Dalek control room, the Daleks hear the blast.
Mm-hmm.
Follow me. We must catch the Cybermen before they do any more damage.
D anymore.
I think it means do.
He's Scottish. Before they do any more damage.
Yeah, maybe. It's Scottish. Oh, it does say S Dalek.
Scottish
Dalek.
Dalek.
Follow me. We must catch the Cybermen before they do any more damage.
Oh, good.
It's a shame this is about to end. He's only got
Chris
one more line.
Ferguson's going to turn up and explain that all Daleks have a Scottish one.
We see the storeroom. We watch the Cybermen leave the room. We then see the Daleks come along a corridor. There are 5. They see the Cybermen
They are
running
in
away. Yeah. They see the Cybermen running away. They chase after the Cybermen, firing their guns and shouting stop.
Running on their legs.
Yeah. And shouting stop. Stop, stop.
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 Stop, stand still so I can kill you.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daleks are always shouting stop, aren't they?
Yeah, stop,
Stop,
stay still.
stop,
I want to ask
stop.
you a question. I've just got something to ask you.
I promise I won't shoot you.
Yeah. So, the Cybermen attached explosives to the TARDIS and blew it up. Right, so I feel like the story is finally getting started here. Like, really, I'm engaged. I want to know what's happening. It's getting going after all this time. I really hope you don't just suddenly give up soon.
No.
Right? That'd be a real shame if you just if young Howard just goes, oh, fuck this. I've had enough. I'm going to write TARDIS is 5 instead. What this story is lacking is a cyber lord. Oh well, let's see. Let's see what's going on with those Cybermen and that TARDIS, shall we?
Yes, please.
Back inside the storeroom, we watch the corner of the room.
Yeah, it's good
It is for 10 seconds.
And then we
probably.
watch the East Sector for 10 seconds, and then we watch over there.
Yeah, there are no Cybermen here anymore. There is a wheezing, groaning noise, and the TARDIS reappears. I wasn't paying attention when it disappeared.
It disappeared when it exploded. When the explosion went off.
Okay.
He's made them think that they've blown it up,
Right.
but
Okay.
with no cheaters.
That's why one of the first sentence, one of them's noticeably shorter. But that's because you just didn't bother with a bunch of necessary words. So the first version, the longer one, is we see Condal running down a corridor. He turns a corner and he runs straight into 2 Daleks and the Dalek Supreme. But in the other version it says, we see Condal running down a corridor. He turns a corner and he runs 2 Daleks and the Dalek Supreme. I think you just went, there's too many mistakes in this, I better write it again. Dalek, exterminate! Scottish Dalek, no, wait, we shall take the specimen for questioning. The 2 Daleks begin to push Condal away and the Supreme Dalek follows after them.
Push him away.
In the storeroom, Raytep is getting up from his sitting position. John watches him, and Howard gives up and writes no more.
It's a good way to end. Someone stands up and someone else watches them stand up.
Yeah, it's an appropriate ending to that script.
Oh,
Not much else happened apart from that.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world.
So, Howard, there's a little bit of bad news, but followed up by some good news. That was the end of the script that young Howard wrote.
Yeah.
We've finished.
Wow. And it made a lot of sense, so it's going to be really easy to finish
That makes
it.
so much sense. But yeah, unfortunately at this point, young Howard went, "Oh, this is rubbish," and quit. Right? I've had enough of this stupid script. What do the Daleks even want? Why are the Cybermen on a planet full of gold? What the fuck? Why has Doctor Who got the problem of regeneration on his hand?
Yes.
Not the rest of him. Oh my God. And young Howard gave up. But fortunately, old Howard stepped in. And next week, in the final episode of Conflict, we will hear...
Howard. Look at me say, and not
Adult,
old.
yeah, sorry. All right, we will hear adult Howard's ending to teenage Howard's Doctor Who story. So
That's right, 'cause that's what
join us
adults
then.
do.
And
They write stories about Doctor Who. Thanks for listening to this episode of The Worst Writer in the World with me, Howard Long, and him, Rufus Penzance. We hope you had a lovely time. If you'd like to give us all your money, please head straight over to Patreon and do it. Give us your money. Give us
You
all
can
your
do that. You
money.
can also give us a very small amount of your money and we'll still be happy and give you loads of stuff in return for as little as $2.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
That's true.
I mean, that's your choice. All your money or just $2. Which one are you going to choose? Come on, make a choice now. Go to patreon.com/manbycow and make one of those two choices and do not think of a third way. All right. All your money or just $2.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye-bye, Milk.
Bye-bye. Milk.
He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer. Yeah.